Okay, we got the car in the shop. We're gonna put some of these cool little accessories on, and Andrew was just saying, wow, it's so hard to do video in a dark interior in a dark shop. And I said, well, let's do the LED plasma lights first to see if they actually make a difference. And as I look at these different glowing lights here, they're borderline depressing. This is a really cool interior with just, it's art. It's really, I look at this dash and everything about this is art from the 60s. And look down here at my shoe. I can just barely see that thing illuminating. So let's start with the console, overhead console lights, and change these out. Normally, we would have these off for an amount of time because this bulb is gonna be hot. And for those of you wondering if this long bulb will fit in an area that a small bulb was intended for, this should answer it. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Doesn't fit.
No fittage. Okay, where I'd like to use these plasma LED bulbs up here, they're just too long for this crevice. If you were running without lenses, that'd be great, but who wants to look at a modern LED bulb? So you're gonna have to go for something like this. Doesn't put out as much light, but the reason I like it is, look at the difference between this yellow light and this white light. And then we grab our little bezels, get some 4/0 steel wool, add some shine to this old chrome. There we go, that looks good. And notice there's a notch in here to index these so the lenses are headed this right way. Let's go ahead and point the camera here and see what you think looks better. Orange or white light? Okay, that's step one. Let's reach under the dash and change some bulbs here. Now these I know will fit, but there's a little modification necessary. So we're gonna pull out our old bulb. Hot, hot, hot. That thing looks like it's about ready to burn out. And notice the difference here. When I go to put in the new bulb, I can get it in there, but I can't quite turn it and get it to lock in. So what I'm going to have to do is reach in, undo the socket, and modify it just a little bit. A little bit warm in here. Okay, I think we've made quite a difference in here already as opposed to an orange glow. It's a more crisp white glow. And let's move on back to the opera lights. These lenses are amongst the best I've ever seen coming out of an old car, but still, look at the new ones. The white is just crisp, the chrome around the edge is nice, and it's just such a nice piece. You hate to put slightly pitted old stuff back in place. So let's put these nice piece of jewelry right in the car. I think that's an improvement. Okay, this person was a somewhat safety conscious person, so we got seatbelt chips all along here and a little bit of pitting. I don't have very many grade A used courtesy light covers in stock, but you can check our website. We do get them once in a while. So let's go ahead and get this bulb out of there. Notice how this lens is getting brittle and cracking and turning yellow. That's the heat from this incandescent bulb deteriorating this plastic. The beauty about the LED bulbs, you leave your doors open, you're not going to run down your battery, nor are you generating any heat. A little brighter and a little whiter as opposed to orange too. A lot of times these lenses, they're so brittle that when you go to remove them, you're going to destroy them. So before you even attempt this job, you might want to buy a lens from us. Notice the craze marks in this original. Look at that, it's just crumbling when I touch it. So I'm not really concerned if I ruined this lens or not, because they're inexpensive, and I'd really rather see a nice bright lens here anyway. There's your yellowed old brittle lens. Yeah, look how clear and light colored that is as opposed to orange and dim. The combination of changing the lens and putting a brighter, whiter light behind it really makes a difference to this interior. Okay, I'm down to the last thing on this, and I'm really excited about this because this is a daily driver, and I have to say the lights are dim at night, and I want to brighten them up. So I'm going to take my time on this. I've already read the instructions in full, and they're actually pretty good instructions. I'm going to paraphrase them for you. These are made in China, and they will crumble in your fingers, so be really careful with them. So they show you where to put them. You know, they're color coded. Give you some O-rings that help center them. One other reason I'm diving into this cluster is my turn signal indicator lights do not work. The reason they don't work is I haven't converted to LED in the back. The beauty about this little box is it can detect whether you have LED or incandescent. And I will say this, they prior to this conversion only worked some of the time. When I say some of the time, they worked when the headlights were off, and when I turned on my turn signal, they'd give me 1 or 2 blinks, and after that maybe they'd kind of pulsate. This is just a comfort item. Your turn signal's still working back regardless of the unit working or not, but I like everything to work, and I like that comfort item on there. In addition to this working on LED or incandescent bulbs, it also has an audible click, and it took Cougars Unlimited quite a while to come up with a solid state unit that would give you a mechanical tick-tock click. But they did it. It's kind of an expensive unit, but I say it's worth doing. So we're going to dive in and put this in as well as the LED bulbs. I'll just pull that out. Okay, you saw me remove the ashtray. Reason being, as I was pulling this cluster out, I was noticing some resistance. Normally, these cars long ago have had the stud that's behind here broken off, or at least the nut is off. But before you start pulling and tugging on it too much, take out the ashtray and reach up there and feel. So I pulled on the speedometer cable a little more. We're pulling it through the firewall a little, and it was a little tighter than what my hands could do. So I got my 3/4 inch wrench. I'm going to reach up there and give it a turn and take that speedometer cable loose. Now I can reach up there with 2 fingers and undo it. When you go to put it back on, that's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. On the back side, and if I remember correctly, one more plug here, one more for the tack. Right there. Okay, I've read the directions, and it really encourages you to look at your diffusers. I've looked inside and I see none of them are melted or cracked. And the instructions also say, take some pressure off the bulb by doing this. And notice I've already laid all my bulbs out. They're color coded. They go in different positions, and depending on your application, you might have a leftover bulb or two. Okay. And notice this one has a green band around it because it's going to illuminate green. Now, why would you care to have a green bulb illuminate when you got a green diffuser? Again, these are so bright that they'll wash out the color. Okay, this is going to be tricky, but I got my turn in there, and you'll notice it's locked in place. Okay, that's good. And this one is white. Okay, that was straightforward. No problem at all. I think we're ready to put this back in just that quick. how it illuminates now, especially at nighttime. My gauges illuminate so much nicer. I love the bright, crisp light these opera lights give off now. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some ideas out of this.